Hi, my name is Andy, and I'm doing my presentation on Keith Haring. Keith Haring was born on May 4th, 1958, in Reading, Pennsylvania. He grew up in Kurztown, Pennsylvania, and at an early age, he grew up for a passion of art. He began learning basic cartoon skills from his father and popular culture around him at the time, such as Walt Disney and Dr. Seuss. After graduating from high school, Haring enrolled in the Ivy School of Professional Art in Pittsburgh, a commercial art school. Soon after, he realizes that becoming a commercial artist wasn't for him, so after 2 semesters, he dropped out. He continued to study and work, and in 1978, he had a solo exhibition of his artwork at the Pittsburgh Arts and Crafts Center. Later that year, he moved to New York City and proceeded to go to School of Visual Arts. There he met with other famous artists and created friendships. Then he created his signature art style from experimenting with white chalk and black paper panels through the subway systems. Then between 1980 and 1989, he became internationally recognized and participated in different exhibitions. In 1985, Keith Haring uses international recognition to create this artwork called Free South Africa. It was a political response of the conditions of apartheid that still was going on in South Africa. The black figure is still much taller than the white figure to show the irony when post-colonial era when white minorities suppressed the African American population. The black lines around the black figure represents awareness, more of a psychological element to the artwork. Using black and white creates a strong contrast, making the black tall figure stand out. In 1985, Haring created many untitled artworks, and this is one of them. Haring's untitled artwork is an elephant sculpture that is made out of paper mache. Over it is acrylics. His signature black is painted all over the elephant. This means that the nature of being dominated by humans. However, the color white means innocence, while the red of his horns and the floor can mean violence and bloodshed. All three colors create a simple but powerful tricolor relationship. During the 1980s, there was a crack epidemic that boomed throughout the U.S. Keith Haring decided to create an artwork to create awareness on this issue. The artwork by Keith Haring is called Crack is Whack. It is a public mural located on a basketball court in Harlem. This artwork is monochromatic with bright orange and Keith Haring's signature black lines and figures. At the bottom of the mural, you can see a crack pipe with the saying Crack is Whack and a smoke cloud around it. The skull in the art represents crackheads being addicted and fighting their inner demons. The burning dollar represents how addicts waste their money on crack and can't take it back. You can see a man being hanged down and being eaten by a crazy eye monster. Keith Haring wanted to make the message that crack addiction can slowly lead to consumed by crack. Now, this artwork is called Rebels with Many Causes. This artwork was created in 1989 and is a perfect example of Keith Haring's theme of hear no evil, see no evil, and speak no evil. The title of this artwork suggests Keith Haring's attitude as an artist and activist. He incorporated these into his artwork. Keith Haring opened up about being gay, so he devoted himself to raise awareness about the AIDS crisis. He did this because the federal government was slow to act. Many of his friends have died from this epidemic. In 1989, Keith Haring also created many untitled artworks. Now for this artwork, this one is different than Keith Haring's usual style. Through the maze-like design and the whole image being filled out, it can be said that it has a Zen-like simplicity to the artwork. The flow and beauty of the artwork is created by energetic lines. You can see the influence of the ancient symbols like Eastern mandalas or Australian Aboriginal art. Keith Haring sees that having an equal brilliant balance of shapes in his electric line compositions and having a symmetrical quality that creates harmony in the image. And probably the most famous artwork from Keith Haring is Ignorance Equals Fear. This artwork was created in 1989 and it sends a message to gay men or people that are afflicted with AIDS. 3 identifiable figures are covering their ears, mouths, and eyes. There's also a pink X across their chest symbolizing they are AIDS patients. These figures can be seen to be too afraid to stand up and say something back because the society was back then. Then in the bottom of the artwork you can see silence equals death. Haring is trying to say that people in society have no clue how people struggle with AIDS, and AIDS patients remain silent because they are afraid of being tagged with stigmas that was with the disease. Now, during the 1990s, Keith Haring released a set of 5 icons. Each icon contains one symbol. The icon have a simple linear style and colorful figures. He was inspired by the relevant issues that was happening in New York City. The first icon is the barking dog. The icon has become Keith Haring's trademark and used throughout his whole artwork. The color red in the background symbolizes anger and aggression, and the barking dog stands for abuse of power from the government and oppressive regimes that wanted obedience and authority. Next is a three-eyed monster. The monster represents greed, fear, and death. The color purple symbolizes wealth and luxury, and the color orange symbolizes hunger. Now, this artwork is one of the most recognizable art from Haring's Icon series. Its name is the Radiant Baby. It is a simple outline of a baby crawling on the floor with their hands and knees. Haring said that the baby represents youthful purity and goodness. The colors he uses are oranges and blues, which are complementary colors which create a strong contrast, making the baby stand out in the artwork. The black lines around the baby represents life and energy that is emanating from the baby. Here are the rest of the icons. Here is my image list. And this is my works cited.